Hello folks, Red Labor here. I hope you're doing well, and it's been a while since I've been here on YouTube, but I'm back. Hopefully I'll be back here with a little bit more frequency as the months roll on in. But I want to discuss a political figure that's the darling of the American political right today, an African American by the name of Dr. Benjamin Carson, or Dr. Ben Carson. He's a neurosurgeon and a director of neurology at Johns Hopkins Hospital, and he won the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the highest civilian award in the United States, by President George W. Bush in 2008. And on February 13th, the National Prayer Breakfast, apparently he became a darling of the conservative media on his view on social issues and the government role in the healthcare industry. And he wrote, several books over the years. I mean, he's got an impressive record, and I won't argue with that. But here's where I have a problem with conservatives who likes to parade around people like Ben Carson. They will accuse people on the left, liberals, social democrats, what have you, the progressive movement, whatever passed for the liberal left in these people's eyes. They'll go around saying, well, these liberals are a bunch of racists. They want to keep blacks in the plantation, that liberal plantation with government services, this and that and everything. Well, here's the problem with that kind of logic. Back in the days when conservatives prior to the Civil Rights era and during the Civil Rights era were either not giving a shit about black people at best and fighting against racial equality for black people, who was it that came about and fought for equality? It was the so-called liberal left that wants to keep black people in their plantations. It doesn't make any fucking sense, that kind of logic. Well, you can see I'm a white guy. I'm on the political left, and when I supported racial equality, it's because I support racial equality. I don't support special rights. I support equality. I believe in a colorblind society. It is the right that's obsessed with race when they claim they're not. And so they go around and they parade people like Dr. Ben Carson and say, oh, you see here, we got one of our own. We got a real black guy. That's a conservative. I mean, so fucking what? I mean, there are black conservatives, there are black liberals. There are white conservatives, there are white liberals. I mean, politics is politics, and there's nothing special about people's skin color that's going to dictate what political philosophy, right or wrong, or what have you. I mean, individuals are individuals at the end of the day. I have no personal beef with Dr. Carson. I have no personal beef with unless somebody is an asshole about their politics. I'm not going to have a problem with somebody that disagrees with me or disagrees with my politics on an individual level. So, I mean, to me, it's a bit disingenuous when I hear conservatives out there and they will parade a black person, and it's not that I even thinking that this black conservative figure here and there that pops up occasionally, or what some people on the left would call an Uncle Tom, or some blacks would call an Uncle Tom. That's just as ridiculous as right-wing white people claiming that liberal left are a bunch of racists trying to keep black people in that liberal plantation. That's just as flawed. I got a text right there, and I guess I'll answer that text in a moment. Hold on a second. I really don't want to re-record this video again because I'm on a roll here. Hold on. Damn cell phones. Hold on. I'm sure some people will be commenting on this part. But anyhow, anyway, people are people. I was on a Facebook group the other day, and there's a right-wing prick that goes around making the claims that when a black person is a conservative, they make an intellectual, lofty, and deeply insightful case for their conservatism, whereas black liberals use eugenics and are based on ignorance. Now, that in itself is racism. Just because an African American may vote for the Democratic Party or may take a liberal position, a basic liberal position, doesn't mean they're guilty of eugenics and all of this. That's racism right there. I mean, and I'm not one to throw around racism as a lightly. I don't believe in that. I think it's actually very destructive to just call anybody that you politically disagree with a racist about just call somebody a racist for no reason other than political disagreement. That's stupid. That's stupid. And people do this shit all across the spectrum. So, and they need to all cut it out in that regard. But getting back to Dr. Ben Carson, I got nothing against the guy. He's entitled to his opinion. I don't really pay attention to him, except I've heard some people in the right-wing media lately harp on him like he's some great figure. I probably know what he's going to say, and his right-wing politics is probably going to be the same rhetoric I hear on Fox News and on Rush Limbaugh and Glenn Beck, and I don't care. I don't care what your ethnicity is. I just don't want. I hear too much of that shit every day, everywhere where you go. Liberal media, my eye. I hear that shit every day. I just don't. I don't even need to hear it, even if he says it in a very pleasant way. So that's my take on Dr. Ben Carson, and so what? I mean, so what? I like Bernie Sanders of Vermont. He's the only representative, as far as I'm concerned, in Washington D.C. He's the only socialist in Washington D.C. He's Jewish. Okay. So what if he's Jewish? I like Dr. Cornel West, who teaches religious study at Harvard University. And I like the fact that he preaches on racial conciliation and racial tolerance, and really don't embrace the excesses of identity politics, and he keeps his worldview in a very social democratic pre-1960s old left way about him. That's not too far from the politics of A. Philip Randolph. Cornel West is a black guy. His being black has no bearing on me admiring his work. I like his politics. It has no bearing. And to suggest that you must vote, if you see a black conservative, you got to vote for him because he's a conservative that happens to be black, or he's a conservative black person. I don't give a damn what color somebody is. I care about their ideas. So if Ben Carson ran against, Bernie Sanders for president, you think I'm just going to go and vote for Ben Carson because he's black? Or am I going to vote for Bernie Sanders because he's Jewish? No, I'm going to vote for somebody who comes closest to my ideals. And that will be somebody with a social democratic worldview, regardless of whatever their race is, regardless of whatever their religion is, regardless of whatever their sexual orientation is. Because what it comes down to is the class line, the discrepancy between those with power and those who are powerless. And that's why I am a socialist. I am a socialist because I am for humanity. Roughly quoting the late Eugene Victor Debs. So anyway, folks, this is my take on Dr. Ben Carson, and who is basically the flavor of the month for the contemporary right. feel free to comment, and just go ahead, feel free to comment, and good, bad, and indifference. I'm willing to talk back to you or at you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.